It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Impact and Innovation Annual Showcase.
What we tried to do was address some concerns we have about our African American boys and reducing the referrals to my office, as well as increasing their instructional time in the classroom.
So now we do all the grades from K to 6, and it's been even better with having the younger brothers work with the older brothers and working individually together.
So the idea was to have a family advocate who could really do the legwork and research and make connections for families, to connect them with resources in the community to help them.
We actually had to redesign our classrooms to serve the ELL girls and the SPED population in our school.
What impact is having on the school is keeping the brothers in class, keeping them focused to want to be a better student, and working toward the other component is developing their malehood developments.
You'll see during our celebration of writing that our African American boys are reading more, writing more in the classroom. This is just a celebration when you look at the pictures of the work that these young men have put in.
We have families that are being connected to resources that would not have been connected to resources otherwise, and then we have children that are benefiting from these connections to resources.
Teachers are aware of how to maximize their teaching so the kids learn in a creative, critical thinking process, and to be able to collaborate with each other in a way that feels natural.
My name is Jennifer Freeman. I'm the principal at Cesar Chavez Elementary School.
And I'm Serene Levine. I'm the technology specialist at Cesar Chavez.
Civic Center Secondary School.
My name is Lauren Goss, and I'm a K-1 teacher at San Francisco Community School. And we are here to talk to you about the impact grant that we wrote that focused on how can we find a way across 3 sites to collaborate around lesson study and teaching math through problem solving.
We had the opportunity to go to an intensive training this summer in Japan called Impulse, where we were trained around the lesson study practice that we all had already tried in our sites. And in addition to that, learned a little bit more about a math methodology called teaching through problem solving.
In a nutshell, you take a mathematical concept or procedure and you develop it through just listening to students. The teachers aren't teaching students how to do something, they're listening to students' ideas and listening to the way that students think about math, and they're bringing out the learning from the students.
The first kind of planning we did was to educate ourselves as a staff and educate ourselves about some of the things that our students should be proud of but aren't aware of. So we thought about, well, who are our students? What do they look like? Unfortunately, it's predictable who you'll see at Civic Center, so we wanted to change that prediction. So we went to work. And I'm not a media seeker, but when attendance goes up a huge amount, then that's measurable. So I say the smile factor, but the attendance factor. Another thing was to get student internships. So we haven't gotten anybody quite paid yet, but we're working on that. Thank you, Superintendent, thank you, because we have 2 vans that are on the way from San Diego as I speak.
We realized as a staff that we rarely asked students to reflect on their learning and how to improve our school, and it was powerful. So in the interviews, the students were especially excited about projects and celebrations that they could share with their families. So we decided what can we do to provide more opportunities for students to celebrate their learning.
Then when we heard students talking about how they valued celebrations, we thought, oh, this is a perfect opportunity. Why don't we have a learning showcase for every grade level, and then that will be our kind of jumping off point into project-based learning. And we used the majority of our funds for planning time for teachers. So in March, we already had half-day release times for all of our grade levels.
And we focused on having teachers use what they already had. So we already have our Spiral 4 writing units planned and adding a project on top of that to make it really accessible to teachers who are, some of them, a little bit unsure about how do we do project-based learning, how do we start this. So giving them the planning time and having them base it on what they were already doing. And all of our classrooms are doing it now.
Students giving teachers referrals. That's innovative.
Make a change and innovate it and reiterate it and do it again.